throw this in for you. Otherwise, this alone, you can pay me $1,000 and you can have this. So for $500, you can get this and then thrown in, so your choice. I was in Panama City, this lady gave me $1,000, I grabbed it first.
Yeah, sure.
So here's the thing. Now look at, this is how we get the list from the bank. All we get is a loan number, which means nothing to you and me. It's their internal reference. So I get the street number, street address, and property. There's a logbox code, and this is the list price, which is the starting bid price. So if you were to go today to Hubzu to look at this price, to buy this property. By the way, you could buy this property today from Hubzu, but you'd be paying, that's the lowest the system has even capable of taking. You cannot make a bid offer lower than that. When we buy, we're buying properties, the discount of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, what is off of the starting bid price, which is right there. So now look at this. Now look here. So this is this month's list. So now we're starting with 1, and I'm going down. 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 So all the way, still going. No, single family. That's property type. Look at the columns, property type.
So 2 up maybe a duplex, right?
Yes, and look at, so it's 1,060, right?
Yep.
So first line was the header, so how many properties? 1,059. So this, if you want to take any properties, it's listed by the states of Wisconsin, West Virginia, and it started with Alabama. So if you wanted to look at, and what I do over here, and look at this one, it says offer, right? Column K is offer. So what you'll do is, if you want that property in Foley, Alabama, and the starting bid price is 50, and you want to make an offer for 30, then you have until next Thursday to put, all you do is you do nothing. By Thursday, you write 30,000 in there. Okay, you put 30,000 in there, and what I typically ask people is, when you do that, just to make sure that our office doesn't miss it, highlight that row. Because then I'm going through 1,000 properties, so it's much easier for me to find it, or you highlighted the whole row. So done. So that's the done. Your offer is done. You've done your due diligence, and you have to go find it very quickly to Zillow and wherever you want to go, to MLS there to find your value, and then you come down, you call your local realtor, your cousin lives there, they went to the house, you went kick the door, and rehab, you just figured out, and you made that offer. So this is how Kent, before I came to the picture, would send the list out, because he had institutional buyers, not the large buyers that buy from him, not individual students. Sorry, you had raised your hand.
Yeah, as a practical matter and in general, what would you advise us to make a bid as on these properties?
I'm coming
below
to them. You're on page 3, I'm on page 1.
Right.
So,
See, you're in, like, say, Foley. We don't know Azalea Avenue. So
exactly.
We don't know Jack.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. You don't know Jack from Jack.
so
None of us.
Yeah. Likewise.
So now, so that's exactly my point. That right now, you don't even know where to start.
right.
You don't even know where, even in, I'll show you. Now, then what I do is, these are properties every time. How? Because you're looking at, if you want to look at a property in, well, let's say Ohio, you gotta keep scroll down till you get to Ohio, and this month is out. What if there's 2,000, 3,000 properties? You know how many times your eyes are this big because you're just scrolling. So what I do is, everybody, the first thing when they get the list, they want to see how many properties are in their state. Am I correct?
Yes.
And then immediately they want to look at how many properties are in their city. But also, listen, when people think of who are not from LA, they have no idea that Roland Heights is LA. They don't have no idea that, Marina Del Rey is still, LA. They have no idea all these surrounding cities, only people who live here. There's Gardena, there is Glendale, there is all these surrounding cities. So you don't just look at Los Angeles. Of course, there's Los Angeles, but when you see Glendale, if you want to buy, it's just as in your backyard. So same Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, where I live, it's a tri-city. So I can buy anywhere just within stone's throw. So what I do is have my guy, it takes with 3 computers, with data crunching nonstop all night yesterday to enhance the list, and we create this. From that, we create this list from that list. And all of these things. So these are all the total houses. So from there, so look at the same thousands of houses, and we created all of these, and I'll show you what they mean with the color. I even did color coding so that it's easy for you with the color coding. So let's say we look at Florida, or I said California. So we look at California. So of the 1,059 properties, California this month had 7 properties. Huh? Yes. So these 7 properties in California are listed alphabetically by city. So you can immediately, if you know your surrounding areas, you can go. So most of these are all Northern California, and the closest one is Barstow. Barstow is probably the closest from here. Where's Crescent City? Anybody know?
Way north, the 9-5 is just way north.
Okay, no, 9-5 is
Fraser
north.
Park is up by Magic Mountain area.
Oh, so this is Fraser Park is Magic Mountain.
Pretty
so
close, yeah.
Pretty close.
Morongo Valley is
Lakeport's
in Big Bear and Victorville.
Oh, okay, Victorville area.
Lakeport's up by Sacramento.
Lake Forty, Sacramento.
It was up Sacramento.
Yeah,
Stockton.
Stockton, yeah, Sacramento, Stockton. So now we take a property. Let's say the Crescent City one, right? So now the same Crescent City property, the bank gave us the loan number, the street, this city, the logbox code, and the bank's price, right? That's where it stopped. Then I started adding columns. So what price does the bank want? Starting bid price. 32,440. Then I said, I went to a website. How many of you are familiar with Total View Real Estate? Write that down. Total View Real Estate. It's free. That's the best part. Total View Real Estate. The reason I like Total View Real Estate going to one side is because Total View gives me 3 estimates for free. Is 3 estimate better than 1? Yes. Absolutely. Now, yes, I just go to Total View. Total View gives me, so Total View, how much is the property worth?
This is 160.
159,535. And what is the starting bid price again? Now, is that something that you get excited about? We know nothing about this. I am pulling the data for you, so at least you can get excited of these hundreds of properties, thousands of properties. You need to know, you've got only 1 week. Which ones are you going to focus on? So right there, Ronell,
Yes,
you have a
sir.
question?
I did. I
Yes.
was wondering if it's possible for you to, if you've done this, because the list comes in, it's just addresses. Roger goes through and does all the work for you. He gets all of the numbers that are required. He gets the pictures of the home. He makes it also, all you have to do is click, and then you can see everything that you're going to want to know about the house.
That's what I'm
So,
doing.
did you click on a house yet?
Yeah.
Let me get these girls in here. I'm sorry, I'm asking so many
Yeah.
questions. I don't know where you're at. Thank you, Roger.
Yeah. Okay. Ladies, come on over. Have a seat, because I'm going through that. This is the bid for houses.
You gotta watch how this works, so you know where to click.
Pardon me? So, look how easy I'm making it for you, that you don't even have to type the address, because everything takes time when you're doing by the hundred. It doesn't take time if you're looking at one house. And all you want is, roll on high. You gotta wait for months and years. Because one thing I don't control is, are there any property the bank's gonna give me in roll on high? So they decide what they wanna give me. So here, So I've got a property that Total View is telling me is worth $160,000, and it is worth, the bank's starting bid price is 32, and we typically go 30, 40, 50% off. So I just gave you, so then this column over here says enter the desired percentage sitting off the list price that you want. So I put 25%, you can put 55%, you can put 30%. Now you can start playing this game, right? So you decide what percentage you want. I just threw in a number in there just to be threw in the number. So let's say that 30%, so all of a sudden it changes to 9,732. That means if you right now take 30% off that bid price, you are asking a discount of 9,732. Are you with me so far? Then, but I never want you to fool you or pull a fast one on you. I want you to remember, so at that point, your potential bid amount is 22,708 because it's already deducted that from the starting bid price. So that's your bid price. That's your bid, because you decided 30%. Let's say for now, that was your bid price. But I don't want you to forget that there's a $2,500 buyer's premium. So I put that in red so that you never forget that. So then I add the buyer's premium plus your potential bid, which becomes 25. So you know that this is total out of pocket for you. So, but when you put the offer column, you don't add. The reason I created a separate, that your bid is over here, because that goes to the bank. The buyer's premium I charge on top. So we don't want to, if you send in to the buyer's premium the 25, then I'm sending 25 to the bank. Then you have to pay me 2,500 on top of the 25,000.
So we're sending in the 22,700.
Exactly. That's what, otherwise I would have just not even bothered to separate the two columns.
Right.
So you do this, and then your total estimated bidding is 25,208 with the buyer's premium, right? Then I created a column called potential gross profit, not including repairs and other costs, including bid fees, buyer's premium, everything else, is 134. The reason I do that is because we have no idea what the repairs are.
Yeah.
But at least this is a column. Then the next column you write down also is what is your minimum threshold of profit. That you want to make. I don't want to even look at a house if there's not $20,000 in it. I don't want to look at a house if there's not $50,000 in it. You decide. Of course, if you have $50,000, you're going to have less. If you have $25,000, you're going to have more to choose from. So you decide where the numbers are. So then, if it's enter desired gross profit minimum. If you put 20,000, then the answer is yes. Look at the one above it. It says no because this was 18,000. What's the difference? So immediately, will you even look at that house? Quickly you've eliminated that. I don't want to look at that. So I want to look at only the ones that are above this, and you're only looking at California. So no, then so this one, let's say 20,000, it's yes. Then I look at the Zillow estimate range. If Zillow is telling me this property is worth 68 to 119. Zillow is telling me if that's a range, then e-appraisal is telling me this property is worth 198 to 269,000.
How did you get that?
So these are straight coming from, I'm scraping the data. So this is not my imagination or anything. I'm just pulling the data for you so that you don't have to go to all those websites and look at it. I pulled it last night. So not last month, not last year, last night. So Total View is telling me that property is worth 159. Zillow is telling me is 68 to 119, and e-appraisal is telling me 198 to 269. So 3 different valuations. Even if you take the lowest one, then you ask, is it worth looking into?
Yeah.
Yes, it's worth looking into. So then, what's the category? It's a multifamily. Now, does that make sense? So, and last sale amount, I don't have that data. But look at the one above. If you see anything that's blank, that means the Zillow or, Total View doesn't have that data. That's why it's blank. If it did, it would come automatically. So like one above it, it says last sale amount was 153. Sale per square feet, price per square foot, how big is the house, and the lot size, the year built, the tax assessed. So now that's another thing. Look at the tax assessed value. You and I both know that if you can buy a property below the tax assessed, it's a pretty good deal.
That's correct.
Just that's a straight across, you make money. So this is tax assessed at $45,000, and the starting bid was what? 32.
The problem is, that's California, you have Prop 13, which is fully put on, because they get rid of what it was 10 years ago versus what it is now.
No, it's 2014 is the assessment.
Yeah, but the thing is that, in California, because of Prop 13, that assessment could be based on what it was 10 years ago.
So, and you always, real estate, even within Prop 13, real estate is a very local business. So I never want to pull trigger on something without having somebody local, boots on the ground. So we have boots on the ground. So if I wanted to pull trigger on that one, I will. If you don't have one, how to get local information? You go, and this property was what city? Crescent City. I Google realtor Crescent City, and around the address. So the realtors around that property, all the names that